but yeah, it's great to see all the work up and just seeing how she has it arranged. In years past, I had painted a few black and yellow paintings. Some of them even ended up in the movie The Invitation, and the basketball player James Harden even bought one. I really loved that contrast, so I'd always wanted to make a full series of black and yellow paintings. I really wanted the work to feel upfront and in your face, and it made sense for me to name the series Grit. I wasn't painting them for any particular show. I just had this in me, and I just needed to get it out, so I just started working on these paintings. I put out a call on Instagram to help me find models to pose for the work. I found some that way, and I also worked with some people that I already know. Throughout the process, I was thinking a lot about the ancient Mamuye sculptures from Nigeria, and also the sculptural work of Elizabeth Catlett and 90s fashion photography. That was really the first visual language that made me want to paint figures. Growing up in Texas, fashion magazines were sort of my window to the world. I came of age looking at the work of Richard Avedon and Herb Ritz. These photographers used dramatic poses and high contrast lighting, and they often photographed subjects in a way that sort of mimicked African sculptures. I used only black and yellow paint because that contrast builds attention and it amplifies the presence of the figure. I'm trying to create energy that radiates outward from the painting. I really wanted to create something that reminded me of a sculpture. The ancient Mamuye sculptures from Nigeria were created as protectors. And what really struck me is how the artists used negative space. They created voids in between the limbs to really make that negative space an active element of the sculpture. In my art, you can see that the figures are human, but I'm really pushing toward the shape their bodies make in relation to the yellow space around them. Similar to the Mamuye sculptures, I use negative space to amplify the figures. I found a model that's very statuesque that posed for me and that helped me to generate this sketch, which I'm working on in pencil right now. This piece is going to feature a person with their arms stretched up and intertwined, and then the face will be peeking just beneath. That pencil sketch is really the foundation of the painting. I feel pretty good about this sketch, so I'm going to get the black paint and put in all the shadows, and we'll start to bring out the life in this painting a bit more. This started almost 2 years ago, so I just started making these black and yellow paintings whenever I had time. Then about 6 months ago, a gallery in Dallas reached out to me. It's Pencil on Paper Gallery, and the curator, Valerie, asked if I would be interested in showing work there for a solo show. And I said sure, and I already had photos of some of these black and yellow paintings, and so I sent them the files just so they could see what I had in my studio. And they really liked the paintings and they were excited to show them at their gallery. So once we set a date for the show, I went ahead and just continued making these paintings so that I could have at least about 13 to show there. I've just been going over the painting layer by layer. I start off with a layer of black, then do a layer of the yellow and black mixed together. We're in the home stretch, and I'm still going to do some touch-ups on the face just to further define some shapes that got lost in the gradient. We're at Stray Bird Studios, and I'm about to get my paintings professionally photographed. It's really important to get really good photos of the art so that they can be properly documented. I'll use these images for the catalog and potential prints. The goal is for the photos to look as close to the actual paintings as possible. So we just wrapped up the photos of my art. I'm wrapping up the paintings before loading them into the truck. We're on our way to Dallas to drop off the paintings. We're here at Pencil on Paper Gallery. We've got all the work here, and I'm excited to see how Valerie is going to display the work and the order and, just how everything is going to look when we come in for the show. What are your thoughts so far as like displaying them?
Oh, that's such a good question. Okay, because there's a lot that goes behind the curation of a show that I think people don't often realize. For me, that take my breath away in like size, scale, but also subject matter. This one, oh man, okay, so if, for me, I'm taking this and I see her, and it might change, so don't hold me, people out there in the land, don't hold me to this. But for right now, I would love when people come in, for them to see her as they walk in. And I know it's kind of hard to see with the other artwork that's still up, Katie McKay, but
okay.
When you first walk into the space, it's what you see. And then for me, just as a collector, but as a gallerist, as an artist, all of these things, I feel like all of your works are talking to one another. All of these women are having a conversation that's way bigger than any of us. So it's placing them so that they're speaking to one another, but also the flow is going. So It won't happen overnight, but I will be here in the wee hours of the night placing them and seeing what best works, because I want them to speak to one another, but also speak to us. Even the way that you did some of the eyes, some of them are looking at us, some of them are looking at the other direction, some to the side. All of that matters. It's like a mad scientist, but it's fun.
Yeah.
I'd love to ask you, when you were making all of these, were you seeing them in a certain way in a space together?
That one on the end down there, but Becoming, I definitely could see that one, one that people see, when they first come in, for sure. And
yeah, there's just so much.
either that one or Grit.
Okay, so that was the second one, Grit. She is the other one where I'm like, everyone's been seeing her. She's on the invite. She's on all of the social media. It's the one that I think we associate you, your work, and the title Grit with her. So she could be there too. I don't know, but you could also start everything off over there with your vinyl. Well, here's the Grit.
Here's the Grit.
Donna Cora, we're gonna do this.
It's 4 days until my Grit solo show opens, and right now I'm working on making a new headpiece that I can wear to the opening. I really love wearing headpieces, especially if I can make them out of random things that I found. I'm gonna try this on. Ooh. I'm going to add maybe a short chain here and then a loop here that'll stop on the middle of my forehead. One of the things that I'm really excited about, I'm going to have Jess Garland perform. I really think that her music is going to flow really well with the feeling of these paintings. We're on our way to Dallas. I should be there in about 3 hours. And of course, we got to stop at Buc-ee's. Got some brisket mac and cheese. I've never had that before, so I'm gonna give it a try. This is very good. I just got to Dallas and I just got to the hotel. I'm gonna get ready for tonight's preview show for the collectors. But yeah, it's great to see all the work up and just seeing how she has no rings. I made it to the gallery. We're here and I'm seeing the installation for the first time, and it's just so awesome to see the work and how Valerie curated the show. I love the way that she's chosen to display the work and just show it, in its best light. Now I'm gonna show you around. This painting is called Becoming. The model is Janine, and she is a model that lives in New York. And I met her years and years ago when I used to live in New York, and we met at a book club. And eventually I moved back to Texas, and we were able to reconnect, and she posed for this painting. Tonight was a night for collectors to come and get a preview of the work. I expected it to be a pretty small crowd, but I was really surprised that we had a pretty good turnout. And it was just awesome getting to meet so many different people. I always love showing in Dallas. It's just a really good energy. One cool thing tonight is that I got to meet a collector who bought one of the paintings earlier before the show even opened. Cheryl bought this painting, and it's called Finesse. The model is Alexandra. Cheryl is an avid art collector. She told me that this piece is going to be living alongside lots of other art. I'm really appreciative to have my work in her collection. And then another exciting thing about tonight is someone bought this painting.
Oh, I get to do this? Video with this. Right here?
That was a really special moment. I'm really honored to be her first artist to be collected. So tonight was awesome. I'm really excited about tomorrow. Today is the official day of my art opening. My itinerary for today is I'm going to stop by another art opening. We're over at the South Dallas Cultural Center for Lakeem's art show, so I'm going to go in and check it out. He's an artist that's from Dallas, but he did live in Austin for quite a while, and I worked with him several times while he was there, and so I want to go support his show while I'm here in Dallas. This show is awesome. It's just Just so much wonderful work, and he's been doing this over a period of time. And I'm excited. I purchased a piece, a small drawing, and it's already framed, so I'm excited to just hang that up in my house. I'm really happy that I stopped by this show. Congratulations, Lakeem. This is great work. I made it back to the gallery. The show starts in about an hour. I'm doing a photo shoot with the photographer Shauna. She had an idea for me to pose like some of the women in the paintings. So Jess is over here setting up before the show.
Hey.
She's got her pedals down there.
Yes.
The guitar. I'm really excited to hear her play live. Jess was actually one of the models for the last show I had in Dallas, Punk Noir. It's fitting to have her be a part of this experience. Several people here attended or were a part of my last show in Dallas. Hi!
How are you? I was just telling her, I was like, I carry this with pride everywhere I go because I was like, I remember when
That painting has really traveled a lot, you know.
I noticed, yes.
Ashley also posed for my Punk Noir series, and my painting of her ended up on HBO.
I'm so proud of it. I love to see what everything that your life has done.
Well, thank you so much for posing for the painting. Like, it was really fun working with you, you know, for that. Would you ever pose again?
You know, I would
Okay.
absolutely for you.
Thank you for coming out to the show. So we've been following each other for a while.
So I've been watching as you've been preparing for this, and very cool.
I'm glad to be back in Dallas. You were one of my first art supporters, like way back in the MySpace days. Like, what's your name?
Sarah.
Sarah, nice to meet you. I'm Dawn.
Crashing this conversation. Y'all already know each other. No, but that's why I'm crashing.
I'm Dawn. Two women who modeled for the series came to the show. Janine flew in from New York, and she brought her daughters. Oh, made it to Dallas.
Today.
Wow.
Like we gotta relax a little bit and then get dressed and then go through this thing.
Yes, yes. Well, thank you for coming.
Yes, of course. Where else would I be, honestly?
And Esther came in from Austin.
I gotta show my daughter.
What kind of law do you do?
Criminal.
Oh, wow.
And I just love your style.
Oh, thank you. When people see the work at a glance, they'll think, oh, is that a photo? But I wanted to leave some imperfections and some marks to let people know that it's a painting, that someone did those strokes.
Okay, for those of you who may not know us, hi, I am Valerie Bennett and director, owner of Pencil and Paper Gallery. Welcome to our space. I see a lot of new faces. My heart is full. Hello. So we have two exhibitions happening right now. So Donna Coro is here, and when I tell you, it's been like 7 years since I've been dreaming of this moment.
Oh, wow.
So this is a treat for me. It is a treat for me to host Dawn here in this space. I've adored you and your work for so long, and to have these 13 beautiful compositions of these beautiful women in here, I am proud and I am grateful and I'm so thankful for you.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna let Dawn say a few words about her work, but I would be remiss if I didn't mention Jaden McCreary, our artist in residence at our nonprofit Valerie Gillespie Contemporary, is also here. Jaden, raise your hand. She completed a month and a half long residency with us. She worked here, she poured her soul into those beautiful works that you see in the back corner, all 8 of them. I want to just give a little bit of space for Dawn to share to share what's going on in here.
Thank you all for coming out here tonight to check out this work and to support this show. Thank you so much. This art exhibition has been 2 years in the making. I have always wanted to make an art series using just 2 colors, black and yellow. I've always been inspired by fashion photography from the 80s and 90s. I made a connection to statues. And I'm really interested in the ancient Memuye sculptures. They're these wooden sculptures that were meant to be protectors. I'm also very inspired by the sculptural work of Elizabeth Catlett, especially her Black revolutionary women work from the 60s and 70s. I want to thank the models who posed for this work, and I really appreciate that because I know there's some awkward moments, getting into these weird positions to create these shapes. Thank you so much for being a part of this art. I'm just really grateful to Valerie and Pencil on Paper Gallery for the opportunity to show this work here and have this for people to come and see it up close and see in person. Just grateful to be here tonight. Thank you.
What inspired you to use the color yellow as a base color?
I've tried this style of work using black and other light colors, and I like that too, but something about the yellow is the way that it just screamed out to me. The contrast is just really powerful, and certain animals are black and yellow, bees, and it's kind of serves as like a warning, and so just the yellow just really called out to me. The show is just wrapped up. I feel like it went really well. There's a really good turnout. I just really appreciate how so many people in Dallas came out to support the show. One of my favorite parts is meeting people who I've been in contact with on Instagram, and then to finally meet them in person. That was wonderful. And I loved hearing just the feedback from people about the work, how it made them feel, what they saw in the work. And that's something I love about being an artist, just being able to create work that makes people feel something, and I love hearing what it makes them feel. People were inquisitive about the work, and that's one of the things I like about being an artist. We're at Keitha's house. She's a collector, and she was kind enough to host me for a brunch today. Keitha is an attorney with an amazing art collection, and she introduced me to some of her friends who are also professionals in Dallas who love art. Shalon is the new owner of My Contact Painting. You were at my show this weekend.
I'm a lawyer, also interior designer on the side. I would never call myself a collector because you are my first piece ever. It was my first art show. It was my first piece to buy, and I just felt compelled, and I was actually surprised at myself.
So when you walked into the show, you found yourself drawn to this particular piece?
I did. I found myself drawn to the particular piece. The female has her hands out like this, and it's just the space that I'm in my life that I saw that as everything that you need will be provided for you. I'm a full-time lawyer, but I do interior design on the side. I just finished filming a show on HGTV, and I'm exciting. In that crossroads where it's just like, do you fully follow your passion? Mm-hmm. And so to me, she was saying that to me, that, and so then I met you and found out your story, that you also went to law school mm-hmm. and left it all behind to pursue your passion. And I was like, okay, mm-hmm. it's the art speaking to me and the artist. Her stories, and they're similar. And I just said, okay, with fear.
I love that. And do you have an idea of where this might be displayed in your home?
Absolutely. She will already have a home because I was getting an art light displayed this week in my house. It's going to be in my living room, so it's definitely going to be on display. First thing people see, the beautiful bright colors, and I'm just really, really excited about it. So happy to meet you. I feel like everything was divine.
Well, you're going to have to send me a picture now after you get it installed and everything. So thank you so much.
Definitely will. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. If you like content like this, be sure to like and subscribe. And you can also find me on Instagram and TikTok.